I'm Mike.
And I'm Adam.
And this is Stuff and Waffle. Two friends talking about stuff, and often as not, waffling with frequent reference to Bond cars.
It's that time of the week again, isn't it? We now need to determine who's going to be gloating for the weekend, don't we?
Well, it does appear to be what we're going to do. Yeah, and I'm going to give it my best.
Yep, yeah. I'm issuing statements this week, so you have the chance to get a point this week. We could.
I do close that gap once again.
Yeah,
yes.
We crept back out to 12:10.
Yep.
So
that's where we're at.
Can you get back to within?
Does that
a point?
mean we've done it? Does that mean we've done it 22 times?
See, I was thinking this. Have we done it 22 times, or like, if we both got sets wrong consistently, that means there would have been no points. Because if someone gets it wrong, it's not like the point goes to the other person. So there's.
Oh no, you're right. Yeah,
so it's potential that we've done.
Don't work.
Yeah, we could have done more. I mean, if we were more astute and organised, we could probably tell how many we've done.
That sounds a bit complicated to me.
Yeah, you spotted it too.
I don't think we need any more data analysis at this point.
No. I think in all fairness, it's probably hopeless, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yes. It would largely be futile, I think. Yes.
It would. I mean, it results in one or both of us having enough time on our hands and a lot of boredom, I think, to compile it.
Yeah, and that's unlikely to happen, and it's not a figure we actually need. So we just know 22 points have so far been awarded.
Yes. Okay. Well, Well, we need to know then if the 23rd point is about to be awarded this evening, because I'm going to attempt to bamboozle you. I'm not holding my breath this week. I'm a spent force. I'm a husk.
You're less confident this week. Yes.
Yeah. Mere suggestion of a man this evening.
A shadow of your former self.
Yeah, quite. All of the things. Oh God. Right. How prepared are you for me to say words at you?
Yeah, I have somewhere to make notes, and we may need repeating and clarifying, but we'll do my best.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I've got the words in front of me, so I'm going to attempt to read them. I'm not making any promises.
That in itself is quite bold.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to have a go. Statement number 1.
All right.
You're poised.
Okay.
So, the Peugeot 402 Eclipse Decapotable. I thought I'll pause there for you to get that down.
Yeah, that's convertible, isn't it?
Yeah, basically. It's a fancy word, but that's what it is. Was one of the very first production cars with a power retractable hardtop, decades before it was popularized by cars such as like Mercedes SLK and similar.
And our MX-5, in fact.
There you go.
Let me just make sure I've got that. So, can't spell Peugeot, apparently.
That's fine. You know what it says. I'm not. You're not getting tested for your spelling today.
No. Peugeot 402 Eclipse Decapotable
Very good.
was the first production car with a power retractable hardtop.
So I'll adjust the word slightly. Was one of the very first production cars, because there's a little ambiguity. However, this was probably the most famous of them.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I've got that down.
And I
certainly plausible.
I can give you a decade to work with. That's within the rules.
Okay.
because you might not know your Peugeot history, because
don't.
I didn't.
No.
So this is a car from the 1930s.
Okay.
Okay.
I will add that little detail in there. It
Yeah.
may be useful. I don't know.
It may well be, or it could just be bollocks. We'll
Or
see.
it could be total bobbins.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Statement number 2.
Statement number 2. Okay.
So, the Lancia Stratos HF 04x4 prototype was a one-off rally testbed that mounted a Stratos body on a shortened Fiat Campagnola chassis, creating an all-wheel drive Stratos mule for snowy stages.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need that again.
Yeah, fine.
I got as far as Lancia Stratos HF0 4x4 prototype.
Okay, so that's right. You got that bit absolutely
I
spot
did.
on.
I
So
ran out of steam.
that's okay. So I'll repeat the entire statement just for clarity.
Thank you.
So the Lancia Stratos HF0 4x4 prototype was a one-off rally testbed that mounted the Stratos body on a shortened Fiat Campagnola chassis, and it created an all-wheel drive Stratos mule for snowy stages.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
I like the sound of that one.
Yeah. Okay. You happy enough with that one?
Don't know. Yeah, don't know much about Lancia or Fiat or any of that kind of malarkey, but yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, these are not easy.
Okay. So number 3.
Uh,
The GM XP512E was an electric concept car with a bubble canopy. It was designed for city use and had a claim range of 40-ish miles per charge. Some places say 40, some places say as high as 47.
well, that sort of electric car ranges are very subjective, aren't they? They're subject to so many factors. It's difficult to get a precise number anyway. So 40 to 47 miles is fine.
And for a little clarity on this particular vehicle, this was produced by GM in 1969.
Blimey. That's well, I say that's early for an electric car. Obviously, there were electric cars in the 1800s, but it's okay. Early for a modern electric car, certainly.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Oh, right. Okay.
What do we
like
think?
a bit of what do we think? We are. We don't really have any idea.
Interesting.
Yeah, if I'm honest. Okay, let's take these one by one then.
Okay.
Peugeot 402 Eclipse Decapitable. One of the first production cars with power retractable hardtop. Well, see, Peugeot are one of those companies that either produce something really impressive and really attractive, or total toss.
Yeah.
And there's not often anything in between.
No, I think that's fair. We would ever, when it comes to an offering from Peugeot, we are either gushing about it or we want to do a bit of sick in our mouths. That's
Yes,
I think you're fair.
There's never anything that's just kind of okay. It's either really good or really awful. Hey. Yeah, that's quite plausible. it's quite plausible that they would have done something clever early on. And yeah, I mean, it was it a Peugeot we talked about the other week during World War II, where they produced the little electric jobby?
Oh yes, the voiture légère de ville. Yes.
Well, okay, very good. Yes, for use during the war because they couldn't get petrol. So they thought, I know, electric. Which in those conditions would have made an enormous amount of sense. Yeah, I quite like that one. I find it quite believable. I don't know. You know, like you with the last couple, these are going to be a complete guess. But I quite like that's quite plausible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm inclined to believe that one.
Okay.
Because it's the sort of thing they might have done. And the technology would have been around to do that in the 1930s. They obviously weren't the only company to have done it. And of course, convertibles more frequent in those. In fact, in those that most cars were convertibles in those days.
Yeah, they weren't lacking.
So doing something clever with a hard top would have been quite a selling point. Yeah, okay. I like that one.
Okay.
Let's say a tentative. I've got a tentative true hanging over that one, but we will give it another once over before we finish. So now Lancia Stratos HF0 4x4. One-off rally testbed based on a Fiat Campagnoli. Or Campagnoli chassis.
Campagnola. Sorry. So yeah, the
Nola or Noli?
Nola.
With an A.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, that was my appalling Italian pronunciation.
Right.
Basically, it was their heavy-duty off-road vehicle.
Right. Yeah. And they popped a Stratos on top of it.
Yeah, their Willys Jeep was basically what the Campagnola was.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, every country had one, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I have no idea with this one. It's quite plausible, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, the rough gist on this one, there was slightly more details. That obviously the Stratos, short wheelbase, rear-wheel drive rally car, was a little bit unwieldy on the slippy stuff, so they had a bash, and it never got further than this prototype. So
right, never did anything with it.
No, they tried it.
Yeah.
Ooh. That might have made it worse.
Yeah, we might have done all this, and it's worse.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm not sure what to think about that one. I just don't have anything to go on. And the 69 GM Windows XP electric concept car.
Yes, that's the one. XP with 512 meg of RAM.
Yep. Mega RAM. Yeah. That would have been quite a lot in the day.
That would have been awful. That would have been
quite a powerful machine you got there, sir.
High-end XP.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe even 64-bit, which was very rare. But it did exist.
It did,
yeah. Anyway, we have digressed. As I said before, this is not a tech podcast. Electric concept car with a bubble canopy, a range of 40 to 47 miles. It's very plausible. Obviously, GM did dabble with the electric car, as we know.
Well, yes. The EV1 has formed one of our questions or statements previously, hasn't it?
Yes, well, it's a fascinating vehicle.
Oh, yeah.
With a fascinating story. Did they do it in 69? I don't know. There was a lot of innovation going on in that era. It's entirely possible they might have had a bash. 40 to 47 miles with the tech of the day would have been quite impressive. Well, that's quite a usable range.
Yeah.
But is it true? Again, I quite like that one. I think it's plausible.
I think you've said that for all three.
Yeah, no, that's the trouble. They're all quite plausible. They all make quite a bit of sense, which is not helpful. I like 1 and 3 the best. Peugeot and
It's not strictly the aim of the game. Which statements you like?
GM. No, I mean I like the idea. I don't mean I like the cars. I don't know. No idea what they look like. I can't Google them, can I? At this point. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. This is going to be a guess. It's going to be a guess. Peugeot have got form for doing clever stuff occasionally. GM have dabbled with EVs. That's kind of all I've got to go on, really. Lancia and Fiat have done stuff. It's difficult when you're talking about a prototype because you can kind of do anything with a prototype, can't you? I mean, that's the thing. It's entirely plausible because it was only a prototype and it never made it to production. So, I mean, yeah, why not? Could have glued anything together. So there you go, there's a prototype. Oh, it's crap. Right, we'll move on. I mean, that goes on all the time.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, but they've come up on here various times, haven't they?
Well, we quite like prototypes for these questions because you often don't know about them. They can be weird and wacky things that never made it to production, and you've just kind of got to guess.
Yes.
So they make details of prototypes are quite. They lend themselves to this game quite well.
But
however,
I suppose you could say the same for the GM because in the statement that does say concept car. So
that was only a concept. That's true. That's true.
Oh God.
But it's a bit more plausible because GM have dabbled with electric over the years.
Ironically, really, because now we're in a world where GM electric vehicles are just not things that we're buying.
No, not at all. No, not they don't really. They're not really a player in that market, are they?
No.
With the current presidential administration, I don't suppose they will be. However, let's not get into that. I'm going to have to decide here, aren't I, really?
Yes, I would have thought so.
Yeah, we're reaching that point where I cannot waffle around it anymore. Okay.
It's happening.
I am going to say Peugeot true. Lancia false. GM true.
I see. Right, you're happy with your choice, so you're locked in.
I wouldn't say I'm happy. I will lock those in, however.
Right. So there's all to play for here, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Really? Am I closing the gap? Or is it staying where it is?
Well. I think you're going to be quite interested in these results.
Well, yes.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just dragging it out to be a knob.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. So I can reveal to you here and now that your true, false, true has indeed earned you a point. Hey.
Excellent. There we
Very
go.
good.
That's how it's done.
Mm.
Pure guesswork and no knowledge whatsoever.
Yeah, that served us both well. It's good.
Yes.
Mm.
You
Well,
got your last 2 points based on that.
Yeah, it's pure luck. But there you go. It is what it is.
Wow.
We've got to take the points when they're there. And yeah,
Absolutely.
so yeah, there's not much to say on those, other than the fact that yes, the Peugeot did indeed have a power retractable hardtop, and it was probably, while not necessarily the first, it was the first half decent production car made in significant numbers that had it.
Okay.
And
just googling it, it's quite a thing, isn't it?
It is, and this comes back to that sort of thing going, well, I appreciate the tech and what they've done with it, but I'm not a fan of the visuals.
Oh no, not at all.
No.
I mean, basically, it looks like you basically have no boot. I mean, once
the
the roof's down, that's it.
Yeah, that's going to squash your shopping if you have forgotten about it.
It looks like it comes down whole. It doesn't split and bend and fold on top of itself like modern ones do. It's just a complete piece that goes into the boot.
You put the entire roof in the boot in roof shape. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. And there is no boot.
No. That is indeed true. The Lancia Stratos HF0 4x4. That is an awful lot. But do you know what? It's not entirely bobbins.
Oh, well, we like these, don't we? Where there's a kernel of truth.
There is, and I mean, this is really stretching it. So there was a one-off concept car called a Zero, but it was just a Gandini thing. It wasn't. It had no relation to the actual Stratos that.
Oh right, okay.
So that. And it actually came before the Stratos. That was 70, and I think the Stratos that we know and love was 73.
Okay. So it was just a name that they used.
It was a name. So there was a tenuous link that I'd gone off and grabbed, and I was like, well, we'll grab a Fiat 4x4. We'll throw some bobbins in, see if he goes for it.
Didn't work, did it?
Made you think. I'll go with that. I'm quite pleased with it as a fabrication.
Oh, it made me think. Yeah, and I didn't really have any reason why that would be false. I just found the other two a little more plausible. I don't know.
That's fine. I'm really pleased with it as a lie. I worked hard on that one. I enjoyed that.
Very plausible. Yeah.
Your GM thing, it's a horrible looking thing, but it did exist.
I've just looked it up. It looks absolutely ridiculous.
It is, and what it just, you couldn't imagine that on an American road, could you?
No, it is literally a little bubble.
What's fascinating about it that I thought when I saw it, when I was doing my research and my prep, was going, it's if you shrunk the ever popular AMC Pacer.
Oh, it does have a whiff of Pacer about it.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm all right. I don't like it.
No, I think it's best that stayed as a concept.
Yeah.
It's very 60s.
It is. It's not brilliant, is it?
No.
But fair play for having a go. We'll give them that.
Yeah. They had a bash at it. And as I say, actually 40 to 47 miles with the tech that would have been in that is quite impressive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's impressive, isn't it? Yeah, fair play to him.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we
Well, that's
rumbled
lovely.
on. Back
We
to
do.
1 point, and yeah, it's your turn. Over to you. These are getting harder. They really are.
They really are. We're setting a high bar here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna. Oh, I've gotta get past you eventually.
Well, we'll see next week, won't we?
We
Well,
will.
not that you
Gonna
could pass me next week, you see, obviously.
No, but I could block you pulling away.
Yes, quite. And
I
I'd
could
like
wrap
to.
a chain around your tow bar.
Oh God, please never say those words to me again. Awful man. So before we end up in the toilet,
shall we check in with JLR?
I'm gonna insist on an interlude.
Are you?
Yeah, before we head back to the JLR news. This is one where you're probably going to get bored temporarily while I just have a minute or two talking about.
You did warn me this was coming.
Yeah, I did, and
I'll have a drink.
Yeah, you have a
you
drink.
Crack on.
So yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. Just a temporary hint of motorsport, and it's more recognition. That's what I'm going for here. So some of our listeners will not have, it would have not passed them by that weekend just gone. Marc Marquez triumphed as MotoGP champion, and to the untrained ear, we go, well, yeah, that's what he does. We go, yes, he does do that. He's awfully good. However, he's had a bit of a drought, so to speak. So this is his first championship since 2019.
Okay, well that's a while.
2,184 days between MotoGP crowns.
Okay.
The biggest gap between titles ever, as well, I might add. And that the reason being, he triumphed in 2019. We had a bit of COVID in 2020, which somewhat delayed the start of the championship. They still had one. It was a bit more condensed. It was a lot more European round focused, but and happened behind closed doors and all that sort of stuff. But it still happened nonetheless. However, Marc Marquez arrived at race number 1, was blisteringly fast, made a slight boo-boo, and sent himself towards the back of the pack, and then spent the rest of the race coming through, pulling off manoeuvres that were just ridiculous, and then fell off again, but this time broke his arm. Which, yes, getting back on the bike there and continuing was unlikely. However, with it being COVID and such like, one way they got around the issue of having enough races to sort of make it a worthy championship, what they did is back-to-back weekends at the same circuit. So they can get 2 races for the price of 1, basically. So everyone's already there. Everyone's already in their COVID bubbles and everything. So it was relatively safe in that sort of terms. So this was in Spain. So they rocked up at the track, did the race. He broke his arm. The following weekend, he came back and tried with a broken arm.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
that's dedication.
That's fucking lunatic. He pulled out. He was like, he did qualify and was like, I can't do this. The saga carried on, basically. I won't go into round after round of information. So he missed some races, came back, missed some races, came back. His arm was in a state, basically. And what it actually meant was that, and this was, Christ, I can't remember. It must have been 20. Was it 21 going into 22 or 22 into 23? Something like that. I can't remember exactly. What they basically discovered is that his recovery on his arm wasn't brilliant, and what had actually happened is that his bone had joined back together 33 degrees out of rotation.
Well, that's quite a lot.
Yeah, that's big. So they had to take the decision to go, right, well, actually, what we're going to do is we're going to stop you racing for a bit. You're going to miss some.
Yeah.
What we're going to do is going to break your arm, rotate it back, hold it where it's meant to be, and then should be all right.
Let it do its thing again.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So
okay, he's out again.
So he's out again. So he comes back 23.
Yeah.
And he's always been a Honda man, always since he joined MotoGP. He's a loyal Honda person, and yet the Honda was a turd, an absolute turd, and a dangerous turd as well. And he basically was in his third year of a 4-year contract, worth 25 million a year. So he's doing all right.
That's yeah, he's okay. Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing all right. So he took the decision actually to end it at the end of the third year, lose the money. He went to basically in MotoGP they have two types of team. They have a factory team, which is the manufacturers running it, big budget, and then they have what they call satellite teams, which are independent people running the teams, and they are buying more often than not the previous year's bike to use.
Right. Okay.
So he chucked in all of the Honda stuff and went, I'm going to go to a Ducati satellite team for basically no money in 2024. He did that. He was riding the 2023 bike in the 2024 season. The 2024 Ducati, the factory ones, were possibly the greatest MotoGP bike ever seen, certainly in recent times. And it made the 23, which was triumphant the year before, look almost pedestrian. And yet he managed to win on it. Not the championship, just win some races on it.
Okay.
Which led to him this year being offered the factory seat, which leads us to where we are now. So he turned up at the beginning of this season and he has wiped the floor with everyone. He's made them all look very, very silly. Here we are, 14 rounds in, maybe a bit. I lost count of how many rounds we've had this season, and he's won 11 of them, I think it is. And yeah, in Japan at the weekend he triumphed. And love him or hate him, that's his 7th MotoGP title, 9 if you include the lower classes when he was a youngster. Which possibly, I mean, it's one of those things. It's the great debate of who's the greatest ever. Well, like different eras, different competition, different bikes, but it's got to put his name in the hat at least. To my eyes, I think he is the greatest to ever put himself on a two-wheeled object. And it's just, I know we don't do motorsport very often, but it's to go through what he's gone through and then still go, you know what, I'm having at it, I'm going to go again.
Yeah, and now I can see that.
Yeah, it's an achievement that we don't see very often. It's that sort of thing. It's those comebacks that you just don't expect sometimes. Yeah, like for instance, it's and I know this, we're getting a bit into other sports, but the Tiger Woods come back to do the Masters, the Michael Jordan comeback after he retired for was it 94 and then came back, still won 3 NBA titles. It's the Nicky Lauda thing, isn't it, of nearly dying and then coming back and winning the championship the following year. It's like, yeah, it puts his name into a bit of history, I would say.
Yes, it sounds like it. Okay.
Yeah, and I just thought I had to get it out of my system, and for what it's worth, it's like I know that he does divide opinion. There are fans of rivals or current rivals or rivals past that it just go, you know what, you don't have to be so militant about it. Let's face it, he is quite possibly the greatest of all time to do two-wheeled things. I've never seen a talent like it.
Wow.
Yes, he is impressive, and I think considering he's older than the majority of the rest of them that race, it's slightly embarrassing for the rest of them as well.
It does sound like he's putting up to shame.
Yeah. And you know what? It feels like he's not only does he have the youthful talent that he had, but now he's got wise head on the wise shoulders. So I think that's even more dangerous. I don't think this 7th title is the end. I think
he's going to keep going.
I think he's going to be rewriting the record books, although he's had a fair old stab at that anyway so far. So.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yes,
wow.
There we go. There we go. A motorsport interlude. It wasn't too motorsport heavy. It was more a story of human endeavour. There we go.
Well, it sounds very worthy.
Yeah, he's an impressive chap. But
very good.
There we go. Back to JLR. I'll let you.
Yes, we should just have a little update because there has been another development this week. Our dear listener may have seen in the news, but so the government has given JLR a loan of £1.5 billion.
Technically speaking, it's not like they've been handed 1.5 billion, is it? It's basically a guarantee, I think, wasn't it?
Well, the way it's worded, the way the announcement is worded, is that the money will be paid to them from a commercial bank, but it's being underwritten by the government under their export development guarantee. So basically, the taxpayer. So it is real money, and it has to be repaid over 5 years. But it's intended to bolster their cash reserves so it can support its supply chain. That's what it's for.
Okay.
A little controversial in certain corners. Even within Parliament, there were those that said, hang on, they posted profits of 2.6 billion last year. Why can't they use that? Why have we got to give them money?
I mean, it's a fair comment. I suppose
I can see why someone would say that. Yes.
So, speaking as a taxpayer,
yes, indeed.
When can I expect delivery of a JLR vehicle?
Well, they have said that some of their manufacturing will restart as early as next week.
Interesting. It's just
we are recording this on the 2nd of October, so the first full week of October. So, but they haven't said. It's being described as a phased restart of their operations. So,
okay.
Employees, suppliers, and retail partners have now been informed, apparently, that operations are going to be restarting. The foundational work of our recovery program and the reinstatement of our digital estate is firmly underway.
Oh God, there it is again.
I know, there it is again. Again, as IT folk, we struggle to understand how it's taken this long, but nevertheless, that's
what's infuriating is we're never going to find out.
No, we'll never know. We'll never know what really happened and how it got in a state so bad that it's taken this long to recover. That, as an IT professional, that's unthinkable to me. That would be a total failure on every level if that were to be the case. So,
yeah.
That is just unacceptable for it to be dead for this long.
Weird.
But as you say, we will never know. So, new Range Rovers coming soon, by the look of it.
But with us being taxpayers, we will take delivery of some, surely, yes, as some sort of compensation for this loan.
Oh well, I would have thought full-size Range Rover for everyone seem only fair. It does say, however, this is interesting, that the sections of its business that it's talking about restarting do not include a return to work for anyone employed in the factory.
What?
Which remains firmly closed.
So what's reopening then, for Christ's sake?
So, well, exactly. They've not been specific, but they have said that the restart of their operations will commence next week. So presumably the employees won't be off for much longer.
Okay. Well, this is. While I do agree with those in Parliament who question the fact that you do seem to be an awful lot of profit, I'm generally quite pleased that there is light at the end of the tunnel because, it's the people involved are the ones we are worried about, and this,
yes, of course,
would appear to deal with that, which is great.
Yeah.
And let's face it, I mean, you're right. As it currently stands, I'm not interested in any of their products, but that doesn't necessarily mean I want the brands to go away.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Because I mean,
no.
I know I was speaking for you there, but I genuinely don't think, with the way that Jaguar is heading and the current offering from Land Rover, there's anything that we actually would buy if we had the money.
No.
No.
No. Even as a serial Jag buyer, well, I mean, at the moment there is nothing to choose from.
There's
anyway.
no car, but if it's heading down the route they are saying it's heading down, we're also not buying that as well.
I did no. No, for many reasons.
Yes.
So they go on to say that they have significantly increased the IT processing capacity for invoicing.
That's a really weird
thing. It's a weird thing to say. Yes.
We've bought a Sage subscription.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes,
well done.
So we've bought some more licenses for our Sage 50 accounts. Yes.
Other account packages are available.
Other accounts, yes, and please look at them. I don't know. They're going to work through the backlog of payments to their suppliers, which obviously the money from the government will allow them to do. Although what's happened to the 2.6 billion in profit from last year, I'm not sure. Additionally, the Global Parts Logistics Centre, which is responsible for parts distribution to retail partners, is also said to be returning to full operation next week.
Okay,
So
well, that's good. This is good.
you'll be able to get bits and bobs by the look of it, which is good for those of us with older Jaguar products and may need. You never know when you're going to need a part. So
no, this is true. But no, these are all positive noises. Consider, like we said last week was positive. This is even more positive because preceding those 2 weeks, it was dire.
Yeah, it was. We genuinely thought we were in danger of losing it.
Yeah, well, it's bloody buggered. Yeah.
It finally says that. Again, this is a little bit techie, but it's all related. The financial system we use to process the wholesales of vehicles has been brought back online, and we are able to sell and register vehicles for our clients faster, delivering important cash flow.
Good.
Surely that's just the DVLA website. You go on and register a car. Don't know.
There's you overthinking it again, you see.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, painstaking work has been conducted in-house. Assistance from third-party cybersecurity specialists. Yeah, I should think. The UK government and law enforcement. So, there you go. JLR. This is okay. This is a very interesting final statement.
Oh God, go on.
Dear. Sources have today suggested that JLR will end up bearing the full cost of this cyber attack, thanks to a lack of insurance cover.
What? Hang on. My brain took a while though. And again?
Sources have today suggested that JLR will end up bearing the full cost of its cyber attack, thanks to a lack of insurance cover.
Right, okay. That was good. I did hear it right.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
Shit.
That might explain the £1.5 billion injection.
Balls.
It doesn't look like they had, not insured for this. How that can have been allowed to happen, I do not know. But
that is,
maybe
if there's any truth in that, that is a fucking blunder.
That maybe the systems weren't robust enough to get insurance cover. Maybe that was the problem, because they do have a look.
Yeah. They do it. You have to insist on a certain level of.
I've been involved in answering insurance company questionnaires about cybersecurity of businesses, and they do ask some quite probing questions. Silly things like, do you have a backup and stuff like that.
Yeah. It's just what unnecessary things, obviously. Oh dear.
Why would you bother with that? It just takes up time, and you've got to have all these little tapes everywhere, and because
fucking hell, tapes. Yes, that's how it works. Yeah. Oh God. Oh dear. Well, okay. Glimmer of hope. That's what we'll leave it with then.
I think a bit more than a glimmer. I'm quite relieved, I have to say, that it looks like it may not be dead. It may yet
it might
have.
It might take a bit longer
for other reasons.
Yeah, it's not clear cut, but we're not looking too bad.
No, certainly Land Rover is in good shape. I think there's still a question mark over Jaguar.
This issue aside, there was a question mark over that, but that's a different story. That one.
That's a different issue that could be solved with change of senior management. Oh, done that. And perhaps a little rowing back of the marketing fiasco we saw earlier in the year.
Oh, God. Yeah. Well, right. Well, that's fine. But honestly, it's coming thick and fast with the news, so we will absolutely come back to this next week to give the update and see where we're at.
Well, hopefully production will have restarted and the employees will be back, and all positive noises, which I'm delighted to see.
Yep, this is very good. A positive note to end on.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, so we can just design a decent Jaguar. I'll be very happy.
Yeah. All right. I said positive note, not.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Not pie in the sky. Come on, man.
Well, I think that's probably enough of that for this week. Check us out on all the various social medias and things. Thank you very much for listening.